Hello, listeners. I am Mark Malo, your DM for this session. And the cast tonight are Thomas Davis,
Hello, I'm playing Brazel again tonight. First level human wizard.
Sullivan Malo,
Hey, once again, I'm playing Carve the Slasher, human rogue.
and Eric Wilhelm.
Hey there, I'm playing Calwyn, a human sorcerer who also happens to be level 1.
All right, so Calwyn, you return to the headquarters of Question Corporation after running some sort of errand, and as you go into the front office, the main area of it's really a butcher shop. You see a creature in a 3-piece suit. He's standing there, and he seems to be sort of standing watch over this device that has created a swirling vortex on the floor in front of him. And he turns to you and he says, more heroes. I am Blausfell, and 3 of your Question Corporation investigators have already traveled to Mordant in service to my lord. His offer is extended to your entire party. If you wish to assist them in this quest, simply use this portal to travel to the domain of Mordant.
Alright, well that sounds great. Let's, what do you guys think?
No.
I think you're there
not.
alone.
Hey,
Oh.
we're not here, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well let's start that over again.
So you're like, I'm gonna go get a coffee.
Yeah, I was gonna say, before I go, what kind of drinks you got in that cooler over there? I think I'm gonna need something to go with this.
All right.
Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and make my way over to the portal there.
All right. You jump into the portal, and your world goes kind of wishy-washy weirdo. And you find yourself in these mists. And as the mists begin to clear from where you're standing, you see 2 of your companions at the front of the house. For some reason, you don't see Bucket, but that's not, unusual for Bucket. Bucket seems to wander off and get lost quite often. And you see Brazel is up on the porch and is just about to go to the front door, which is wide open, when a bald-headed man, his head is bald, but it's ringed with white hair. He steps out from the door as Brazel begins to approach it, and he says, at last! There you are. Do come in.
And this fellow, I think everyone we've dealt with has seemed sort of peculiar. Is this fellow fitting into that same peculiar vein, or is he some different flavor of peculiar?
He's, he just looks like a human with, he's bespectacled. That's what you call it. He's got spectacles on his face, and he's got a ring of white hair instead of he looks not elderly, but he's not young man.
Oh, okay, all right. I kind of got a Mr. Burns vampire vibe, but actually he's not coming across like that. Yeah, okay.
No.
All right, cool. I'll
All
just
right,
follow
man.
him in.
Forgive me for my suspicion here, but, so we just sort of, got teleported into a spooky forest maze, and we just got here, and, you expected us, and, that's a bit spooky to me. So, what's your MO here? Why are you expecting us?
Oh, well, my mo here is that I have been taken into service by the Lord.
Been there.
Excuse me?
I said been there.
He says, I am Dr. Rudolph Van Rachten, and I've been hired to investigate this house, along with you, to determine if there's any reason why Lord von Hausjager should not purchase this place. And I will tell you, there might be a reason at that. I've been looking through some documents and...
All right, okay, whatever. You can sit out here and we'll go explore the house.
No.
No, you can leave. It's fine.
No.
We got this. We don't need to split the pay with another person.
Hey man, just let the man speak. I'm gonna just jaunt on up to the door that he's standing at.
Just let me be clear. I'm not quite certain what, I was not told that the Question Corporation people were difficult to work with, but it appears that some of you might be. I am not taking away from whatever the deal has been made with you and the Lord. I have my own payment.
All right, but here's the thing you don't understand.
Yes.
You are taken away from the deal. The deal is that the Question Corporation would investigate this house, and you're not part of the Question Corporation. So you don't need to be here investigating the house.
No, I've brought...
You have already forsaken the deal simply by being here.
Well, then I shall take my books and the other stuff that I have that would have helped you in your investigation, and I shall leave, and I will tell the Lord that you were not willing to work with his person.
Well, let's not go that far. My friend here is a little harsh sometimes. If you have something, information that we need, please share it with us.
Yes, you mentioned some documents. Let's go into the house and you can show me what you've got. I recognize a man of learning when I see him, and I am interested in sharing what you've found.
Oh, it's nice to hear that some of you are reasonable. Well, okay. So, follow me, if you will, into the house.
I'll do exactly
This
that.
fucking guy couldn't be more creepy if he tried.
Peeling wallpaper and a musty scent cling to the walls of this spacious foyer. A curving staircase rises from the cracked tile floor into a balcony above, keeping its distance from a darkened chandelier. Doors lead in every direction. At the room's center, a bronze sculpture of an antlered eagle perches atop a marble pedestal. Rudolph says, follow me into the parlor, said the spider to the fly.
Do I recognize this antlered eagle? This sounds like a really weird sigil.
I was getting ready to ask the same thing.
I don't know. Do you recognize it?
What do you think? Like a history roll for that?
I'd say
maybe?
nature, right? If it's an eagle with antlers, if it's real.
Oh well, see,
Or if
I
it's
was
a-
thinking this was like a house crest, but
Mhm.
is it actually like a taxidermied critter?
I thought he said it was gold. No problem.
It's a bronze sculpture of an
Okay.
antlered eagle perched atop a marble pedestal.
Okay. Does something like this exist in the real world?
Do you want a nature or history or something?
There's a lot you can do. History is the
Alright,
best.
I'm gonna make a history roll. Ooh, and that's a 6. Although it was a natural 1, so I may be convinced that this is something else.
Yeah, well, natural one doesn't mean anything in a skills
check.
roll.
All right.
You have a 6, and with the 6, you believe that you're in the domain of Mordant. It's very possible you've seen several winged creatures. In fact, Blausfell, who brought the portal to your business, was he himself winged, although damaged winged. So maybe there's also, antlered eagles.
Okay, well, I'm going to make a nature check to see if that's a real thing. Does that show up as me having rolled 2 things?
I have no idea. I'm not looking at that shit.
Okay, well, I rolled a 3, but I have advantage.
I'd rather you guys just use regular dice.
Okay, alright, I can do that.
Since we're a heavy dice podcast, it'd be nice to hear the dice rolling.
Okay, I'll put a mic down there just for the dice. I'm trying to figure out... Okay, so it was a 14.
So with a 14, you believe that this might be something more representative of like a periton or something like that, or periton.
Is it something like a Phanaton?
It's
Nothing
a
like
peloton.
yeah, nothing like any of those things. No, a periton is
Like a stag-headed bird.
exactly. Yep. Exactly what you were trying to figure out.
Yep, but Brazil just does not know that.
Nope.
So, oh well. All right, you asked for it. I went and got my heaviest die.
Oh, God,
Excellent.
Don't damage the table. All right, so
right.
let's follow this guy into the parlor.
Okay, cool. So dozens of faded portraits cover this parlor's walls. The subject's eyes fixed on a circular table that bears an ornate spirit board. A wide mirror hangs over a tall fireplace set in the north wall. And Rudolph says, "Here, yes, so see, there are these books that I brought here for investigations, and a few of these books that were in this room already, and I'm just looking through these, and there is a spirit board. This appears to be an area where the Madame of the house, Theodora Halvrist, must have performed seances before, but unfortunately, we have the spirit board, but no planchette.
Aha.
So I have not been able to ascertain where that may be. There are shelves and things and drawers all throughout this house, but I was waiting for you to get here before I started to tear through anything, as my understanding is that there may be treasures within this house that you may find interesting and that the Lord cares not about."
All right, thanks for the investigation books, but the Question Corporation has their own investigation books, and oh, shit. Oh, Bucket had my investigation book. All right, we'll take your investigation book this time.
Oh, okay.
But usually, I wouldn't need it.
Oh, I understand.
And in addition to that, we certainly would not travel without our own planchette, would we? And I'll pull out the planchette that we...
No, we definitely would. We found that literally on the road.
Oh, interesting. Well, that appears to be the planchette that matches this board, and you guys can look down at the board here.
Wow, that
Oh,
is
boy.
cool.
Oh boy.
Now, I had made this so everybody could move it, but that's got to stop. I hadn't really thought about that.
Oh, I was gonna spell out fuck.
I'm glad you didn't. This is a family show. So, so here's what the spirit board looks like, and you take your planchette, and he puts it on the board, and he's like, "Well, this is great. So, should we see if should we see if there's spirits here now?"
All right, what kind of ghost hunter are you that you think you need a spirit board? I know people who can literally talk to dead, like actively. You know, like they just talk to a ghost with their weird magic.
Okay, well,
I feel like in comparison to that, this hunk of wood
yes.
is a bit primitive.
Okay, well, it may be. It's not a hunk of wood. This is like cut into the table.
Well, the table's a hunk of wood, but whatever.
Sure. Well, fine then. Go ahead and talk to the ghosts.
I can't do it. I know people who can.
Well, okay.
I didn't bring them. They don't work for me. Not everyone works for me. Jesus.
So.
Not fucking Beth Jesus or whatever.
I'm gonna sit down and lay hands on the planchette.
So what you're saying to me, sir, and I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. I assume
It's Carv the Slasher.
Ah, that explains a lot. If you did not bring those people, then maybe in this instance...
Actually, we did, but he got lost in the infinite maze, I think.
Okay.
Or something. I mean, he had my investigator book. He's a giant spider. I don't know if you saw him.
Oh, Yes, yeah, it looks, he wandered off into the mist just a minute ago.
Fuck. Rest in peace.
Yeah, he was a really nice member of your party for a short amount of time. So, in lieu of missing him, I suppose this will do. We can try at this point. I mean, I don't know if there's any spirits. Honestly, this house has a reputation for attracting spirits, but rumors.
I'd love some spirits right now, actually. Can I get a gin and tonic?
There may be some of those type of spirits still in this house for sure. I have not done much investigation other than walking into this parlor here and setting my books out to begin to try to discern what do we need to do. So
How about one step at a time? Let's give a good college try on this seance.
okay, so if you will take a seat and everyone put one hand on the planchette. A finger is fine. Just lightly touch it so that if there is a spirit that can move it, they will move it, and we will say a little opening seance to the seances.
You can just call them ghosts. We know what you mean.
Spirits. Let's call them spirits.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're ghosts.
Yes, but ghost has a bad connotation here in the
Really?
domain of...
I'd love to be a ghost. It sounds fucking awesome. Yo, I'm a ghost. What up? It's cool. It's a cool vibe.
When he says that, everyone else in the room restricts themselves from murdering him.
Oh, great spirits, ghosts if you are, here in the house. If you are here and are able to speak with us, we come in peace. We mean no harm to you or yours, nor to this house. We are merely investigators here in our realm. If you are here, please answer us.
I'm gonna kind of tug on the planchette a little bit. gonna just move it a little to the toward the
spiritual spiritual euphemism if I've ever heard one.
Spirits, pay no mind to the weirdness of the three that are here. They are honestly here without ill intent. Is this correct, the three of you?
I mean, no, but like, if there was a ghost who was like right there, I would probably try. But like, I doubt I could see a ghost anyways.
I'm sorry, you've probably confused the ghosts as well as me. What I was looking for...
Well, I meant try to slash it. Slashing is sort of my thing.
Oh, yes. So, spirits apparently are not going to talk to us while you're in the room.
Yeah, why don't you go wait outside?
Wait, I have a different idea. What if you leave? What if they think that we're cool and they just think that you're a nerd?
I don't think that's true.
I think it would be better for the whole party if you went and waited outside.
Okay, I will...
Fuck, whatever. I'll go look for Bucket.
Oh, who? Oh, Carve. Okay.
Good plan.
Toodles, Carve.
Never say Toodles again.
So where do you head, Carve?
Yeah, I'll go outside. I'll keep an eye out, but I don't think Bucket's turning up. I guess I'll scout the perimeter of the house a bit.
Okay, all right. So you go outside, and you find that the mist seems to be sort of equidistant around the house, and as you try to take a few steps into the mist, you just find yourself after the third or fourth stepping back out into the, maybe not necessarily on the opposite side of the house, but definitely facing the house again.
I can't run my hand across the wall of the house to keep myself.
Oh, no. For sure you can. What I'm saying is There is definitely a clearing around the house where you can see clearly the house, right? It's probably 3 or 4, or maybe let's say 10 feet around the house where the mist begins. But the mist is basically equidistant around all 4 corners of this house, so all 4 sides.
Oh, okay.
And if you step into the mist, if you're like sort of looking for Bucket, as you step into the mist, you find yourself just returning to the house.
Oh,
Not
okay.
necessarily like being completely turned around, and not necessarily like that maze that you were in. So it's not like if you leave the north side of the house that you show up at the south side of the house. You just show up back at the house, maybe, randomly in a different location. But while you're outside looking for Bucket, Rudolph says, "So, let's try this again. Oh, spirits that dwell within this house, the 3 of us are here with no ill intent, but would like to make contact with you." And at that point, the planchette slowly starts to move, and it goes here. That's an N. It then moves again to there, which is an O. It then slides across the board. It goes here to a T, and then it goes to an A, and then to the L, and then back to the O, up to the N, and then to the E, and then goes back to the center.
Oh, wow.
Oh! Ooh! That was exciting. None of you did that, did you? That was actually a spirit, correct?
Seems to be so.
I'm just gonna blink at him a couple of times without saying anything.
Well, so that was, what did it say? I was so excited I didn't really pay attention to the letters.
I think it said not alone.
Interesting. So they're telling us they're here, that we're not alone. Great. Does anybody want to ask anything while we have their ear?
Are they friendly?
Oh, spirits that dwell in the house, art thou friendly?
No.
It says yes.
Well, that's enough for me. Let's head on back, guys. I don't think we need to spend the night here.
Dust hands. Problem solved.
I mean, not
This
to
cr-
meta the game, but if I was a spirit and I wanted to, like, spook you, I would definitely tell you I'm friendly, even if I wasn't.
I mean, you gotta take him at his word here. I mean, we did summon him through to speak to us through this board. I don't see why he would lie to us, he or she.
Oh, yes, that is
Certainly they're all friendly. They just said so.
At this point, I'm staring through the window at them.
And I'm pretty sure that fulfills our obligation.
Oh, did you see it just move?
Yeah, I guess they're done talking to us. I mean,
I guess
So
so.
farewell already.
I guess they got tired of you guys talking to each other.
Hey, you guys get any good ghost intel from that?
nope, nothing good. Keep looking for Bucket.
Well, I can walk with you around the house if you would like my accompaniment, or I will be happy to stay here and study some of these books.
Do you have any intuition as to whether these spirits with whom we just discussed
Yes.
the house
Mhm.
are the only ones resident here? I feel like we did not have opportunity to interrogate them enough.
Through no fault of mine, obviously.
Well, I do not know the rumors and some of these books that I brought have some information upon this house of Halvrest. Very possibly there may be some information, and I've heard rumors as I came here to the extent that it draws spirits. So I don't know. There may be more than one here. I don't know to whom we have spoken briefly, but they seem to grow tired quickly of, jibber jabber that occurs.
I see that. They have a busy schedule.
Yes, apparently much more than the cast members of this game.
Okay, I want to study your books, but I also want to see the house.
Nerd.
Oh yeah, definitely a nerd. Shall we take the house tour first?
Oh, well, I have not been through the house, so you will have to tour it yourself.
Before we go, I do want to take a closer look at any of the books and see if any of the titles stand out to me, or if maybe the physical attributes of any of the books looks out of place. Like, for instance, a book covering being made out of something that wouldn't normally be a book.
Sure.
That kind of thing.
Skin.
Right, I understand. No, so if you take a look at these books, they are your standard, bound type of book that would exist in this realm. They appear to be made out of some plant-based material, and one of them has a raven on the front. One of them has the cover is blank. But if you open it up, then it's like, the history of haunts in the domain of Mordant, which is the domain of the haunted. So it's like a history of Mordant. And then there's a book there that's like, seances for dummies. And then there's, some other books that have like maybe some history, maybe there's a scroll of like, that has like some information about like the historical parts of this house itself.
Before I get too deep into messing with these books, are there any that look like they are, say, less dusty than the others, or maybe I could see a trail of dust leading where someone slid a book out to look at it, that sort of thing?
So these books, most of these books, Rudolph brought with him.
Oh,
yeah. The only book that he said that he got from here was the one that has the raven on it, and also there's the scroll, which is sort of the history of this house, and so it has like information about like so and so Halvrest built this house in some year, and then it has sort of like lineages there, and some information about like maybe there was damage done to the house or something, whatever. There's like a little bit of a somewhat of a history of the house in this.
Okay.
Looks like almost like a diary kind of deal.
Okay. Does it look like maybe there were any unnatural deaths in the house? Maybe murders that may have been logged on this scroll?
No, there's probably some things about like some people dying in the house, but there was no, like, this house was not a house of murder, if that's what you're...
Mark, if it's all right, I'd like to make an investigation roll against that history scroll, and I'm looking for any really obvious dead ends. Sort of, an heir is mentioned once and then just vanishes, or
Sure.
something like that.
Yeah.
And then, but otherwise, I'm just trying to sort of memorize to whatever degree I can the sequence of events. So I'll make a roll for that.
Okay.
Hopefully get slightly better. Oh, 17.
Okay, yeah. So you take a little bit of time, nerd, and go through that book. It's kind of interesting because there are fairly good descriptions of some of the people that are in this lineage of Halvrest, and you note that some of those portraits along the wall in this room actually are perfect likeness of the description that is in this book, and many of those portraits have a mark of the raven somewhere in picture. But other than that, the only thing to note is that Theodora Halvrest, who was the last living owner of this house, died of some respiratory situation. And the person who wrote, some of this information looks like that a lot of this stuff has been written not by the Halvrest family themselves, but like servants down through the ages, basically trying to keep the history of this family alive. But nothing stands out. Like there's no massive gaps. It's not like so detailed that like it says like Joey Halvrest went to school on Saturday but didn't go on Sunday, right? Nothing like that. So there's no real gaps that you find in there, but you are able to match some of the portraits to their descriptors in the book, in the scroll.
Okay. I'm just going to try to fall back on that knowledge later as we go.
Yep.
Callan, I think you were going to do some other stuff. I think before we leave, if we've got 10 minutes before we leave the room, I'm going to ritual cast Detect Magic.
That's good. It'll take me 10 minutes to do my thing.
Right, and then I'll use that as we tour the house to see if we notice any.
Okay.
any
Well,
particular
while he's
magic.
doing that uninterrupted on the seance table, I'm going to check out these portraits,
Yes.
especially the ones that have ravens on them somewhere.
Okay.
You said they have little raven icons on them somewhere.
Well, somewhere in the picture there
is a raven.
there's either a painted raven or a sort of like a mark that is clearly a raven.
Okay. Is it on every picture?
It is not on every picture. It is on many of them, but not.
Okay. So first I'm going to pick up the Raven book and thumb through it real quick and see if there's anything in there or if I recognize what this book is.
Yeah. So if you look through this book that has the raven on the front, it's a bunch of information about two things. One, the god Ezra, and I don't know how to say this fucking word. Ozibus. So those are the two. So the priests of Ozibus are depicted or explained in this book, as well as the god Ezra, and something called the Keepers of the Feather.
I want to check out these portraits on the walls. I want to pull the frame forward a little bit, look behind it, see if there's anything behind the portrait or attached to the back of it. Maybe see, I don't know, if maybe different portraits look like they shouldn't really fit in. Like some are painted versus, like some other.
So they're all done in similar manner, but clearly they're done in different ages. Okay.
Okay. Nothing behind any of them.
Walls.
All right. Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna go ahead and just start exploring. I'm gonna. Oh wait, yeah, we're waiting on Brassel to finish her ritual. Her, right?
His.
His.
It's a
No,
it's a guy.
it's his. Yeah.
Wait, which token is yours?
Mine's the one that I can't move.
That's not helping.
Yeah, down there in the center. And
That's because you weren't forelock. There it is.
Okay. So was Carve?
The carved token is male. It's just they have a hood on and just they have very thin eyebrows.
Okay, because that totally looks like a chick with a mask over her face.
You can't tell. Like there could be a beard under there.
Yeah. They also have tits, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's just a face.
they wear that carpet over their face. You don't know what's under there. You might pull that off and see a tragedy.
All right. So what do you guys? So you're trying to. So you've cast detect magic.
Yeah,
Nothing detects as magic in this room.
Okay, I'm going to concentrate on that because it lasts for 10 minutes. And now that the spell's ready, I'm ready to start touring the house.
Yeah, we could just walk through the house really quickly and just make notes of everything that detects magic, and we can come check it out later, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, round by round, 10 minutes is pretty long. So,
Right.
And this doesn't look like a huge house, at least this bottom floor. So maybe
It's
we
actually
just walk
14
through-
stories.
Walk through this, yeah. Maybe we just start by walking through this door down here. If there's nothing obviously dangerous,
Hey, so quick question. I mean, this house is obviously like being sold. Is it kind of like a realtor situation where it's listed and this person's doing his due diligence, or is this like he met this shady character who wants to sell him a house, or is the like what's the situation here?
Nobody told you.
Nobody told me. I show up late. Nobody tells me what's going on. They just say, "Check out this house."
I think Blausfeld told the party originally that this is the due diligence of whether or not they are going to actually purchase this house. This house has been unoccupied for some time and is now on the market.
Wow, and
Right.
it didn't become some thieves' hideout. That's awesome. Oh wait,
we don't really know if it's listed on the MLS yet.
all right.
So I'm gonna just if the hallway isn't scary, I'm just going to slowly walk down into this next room.
The hallway goes boom.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna holler at Carve like, "Hey, we're in here. Get in here."
I'm following you. I just not moving my token. Jeez.
I can't click on the fucking tool.
Moody landscapes in dour busts atop marble pedestals collect dust in this modest gallery. In an alcove to the east stands a larger-than-life onyx statue of an athlete wrestling monstrous, disembodied tentacles. To the west, a wall made of black stone curves into this room, an arch opening into a darkened space beyond.
All right. So so we can sort of see this black wall. Is that we think that's part of this rondette out here? You mentioned the black wall.
Where are you pointing to? Yes, that is
yeah.
the black wall to the west.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, if you step into there, like I can do like a little polygon reveal.
All right. There are busts around this room. Do they resemble the portraits? Do these look like more members of the family?
No, this looks like just art. So these are different. These are just busts of different people. They may or may not be, Halver's family members. They may just be busts of important people throughout history of Mordant. You just looking at them, you don't know.
And do I see any auras of magic around the busts, especially, or anywhere else in the room? We're taking our time.
There is nothing in this room that emanates magical aura that you see with your detect magic, but the statue looks quite interesting.
Okay.
What exactly about the busts makes them dour? Like, is it like slightly uncanny, or is it like they're just like
They're probably frowning.
poorly made?
They've got resting bust face.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they look like they just look like they're not like smiling busts of people. They're just sort of straight faced or could be slightly frowning. I don't know what the fuck dour means. So
Yeah, I think it means like sort of angry, sort of impatient, intolerant.
I can do an investigation check of my own.
Relentlessly severe, stern, or gloomy in manner or appearance.
Okay, so
Right.
they're gloomy.
And this was before hemorrhoid cream was widely available. So
That's right.
these guys were sitting for their sculptures, and they were just getting less and less comfortable the whole time.
Sounds great.
Yep.
A real hemorrhoid situation going on.
It really is. Mark, what's the lighting situation?
It's a little dark in here. Not pitch black.
And then to the west, is it even darker?
Yeah, it's pitch black in there. If you guys don't have dark vision, you're not seeing in there on your own.
I'm going to spark up a torch while we wait.
I'm just gonna go ahead and come out and say it. I have dark vision up to 120 feet. I realize that is uncharacteristic of humans, but being a shadow sorcerer, I can see very well.
Very cool. I cannot see.
While he's over there fiddling with his torch, I want to check out this statue and see if there's anything special about it. Maybe some of the little suckers on the tentacles are a button, or if there's something hiding around behind it or anything like that.
Wait, there's tentacles on the statue?
Can you not see it?
Oh, that. I thought that. I misunderstood the description.
Yeah, so it says this is a larger-than-life onyx statue of an athlete wrestling monstrous disembodied tentacles. The only thing that you really notice about this statue as you go to look at it is that it is hollow. The figure's eyes open into the cavity inside.
Oh, wow. That's spooky.
There's a shapeshifter when you need one to hop on in there. I mean, if I look at all weird angles crawling all over this statue if I have to, can I see anything inside it? Or is it just like...
You can see the inside of it.
This is where they keep their poison needles.
Yeah, I'm just gonna blindly reach down in the air.
On my face!
And
So-
these busts, are they just... Do they look like they are all pointing at looking at something, or
No.
are they just kind of just all sitting around?
They're just all sitting around.
Well, your turn.
With his dark vision, he doesn't really see anything except hollowness inside the.
Yeah, I mean it's not. I mean you can't. He can't see the base of it looking through the eyes.
Right.
The way that it's angled, it doesn't give you a straight shot down.
That does give me an idea. If I don't want to like yank this thing, but if I pull on it, does it move easily? Like, can I
It's pretty
wobble
heavy.
this thing?
It's
Okay.
pretty heavy. Maybe
It's hollow, but it is still metal.
right. I mean, well, it's onyx.
Right.
Um,
Right. Okay.
So, yeah, if you guys, maybe if the three of you work together, you may be able to knock it over, but
Let's just
I don't know what.
knock it over, bust a hole in the floor before this guy buys it. It was like that.
Yeah. I think we should come back and investigate the statue, but if it doesn't look like an immediate threat and it doesn't look magical, I think maybe we should press on. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, so on over into the tower. So, this turret is like a spiral staircase.
Yeah,
on the
so-
inside.
So wind moans through the open interior of the ancient tower attached to the manor. Stairs curve from the floor to circle the dark granite walls and vanish into a chamber high above.
And there's no other egress beside the stairs. And the door I walked in, I guess.
Correct.
Okay. I think maybe let's finish the first floor before we start climbing. Unless you guys, Carve, do you really want to go upstairs yet, or shall we just double back and check these out?
Oh, the one thing that I want to check really badly is this broom closet.
Let's do it. All right, we'll check the closet.
You find several moth-eaten black cloaks, and on a high shelf, a heavy leather hat box.
Huh. And still no magical auras.
No magical auras. The leather hat box looks very inviting, though.
All right. Probably not going to be able to resist this hat box. Should we just go ahead and look in, or should we wait for Calvin to get back?
It's up to you.
All right. I will, with my mage hand. Oh, actually, can I cast mage hand while I'm still concentrating on detect magic?
I bet you can't.
I can cast Mage Hand.
All right. Yeah. Well, why don't you pull that thing down with your mage hand? And actually, I don't think it's concentration. So yeah, you go ahead and do it with yours though. Pull the thing down with your mage hand. Let's stand safe enough distance away. And Calvin, we are looking in the broom closet, and it turns out to be a coat closet, and we found a hat box. So we're pulling this hat box down to take a look at
Yes. Okay, I'm calling dibs if there's a hat in there. All right.
it. Okay, fair enough.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast Mage Hand, grab the hat box, and hopefully bring it down to us.
You bring it down to you.
Excellent.
All right, I'll take a step back and recommend lifting the lid.
I think I will take a step back as well, just to, not seem out of place with my peers, and then have the mage hand lift the top off the box.
The mage hand lifts the top of the hat box. It's a little stuck, but then you sort of twist your mage hand, and the top comes off, revealing an empty hat box.
I'm going to run over to it and stick my face down there. What?
All right, go ahead and give me a...
The hats are poisoned and cursed.
I figured I'd look into it with my torch and find out it was full of gunpowder.
Yeah, right.
It is an empty hat box.
Alright, so there's nothing else in here?
Yeah, we don't think so. The turret leads upstairs, so we're skipping that for now. How about we go over here, guys, and check this room next to the...
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
You enter this room. This is a sitting room.
Well furnished.
Is that a fireplace I see?
Yes. As you step into this room, and your torch, Brazil, sort of lights this room up, for an instant, just a mere instant, you think you see a young man, maybe of 20, 30 something, but he is standing at the end of that table that you see there, and then he sort of just walks towards the fireplace, and then he is gone.
I'm going to jump up real quick and say, there's a secret entrance through the fireplace. And I'm going to run over and immediately start mashing on all the different brickwork and stonework over there.
Hey, hold on. This takes a delicate touch of a seasoned sneaker. All right? Let me have a look at the secret fireplace entrance.
Alright, okay, I'm going to back up and then I'm going to whisper into Brycel's ear. There's just another room. We can walk around through the hall to get there.
Yeah, I'll whisper back. I wonder if he's going to notice that the fire is lit.
My hearing's not that fucking bad, guys. Okay?
So if you're pressing on that brickwork and whatever, nothing happens. It seems pretty solid.
Wait, but what if I use my, criminal touch?
Go ahead and use your criminal touch.
I don't have a stat for that, actually.
I'm going to look around the rest of the room. Is there much going on in here?
Yeah, so it's kind of weird. It's kind of like there's some weird knickknacks around here. Looks like that there's like this lamp that looks like a lady's leg. In a
It's a major award.
yes.
Does it have Italian wording on it?
Fragile.
Yeah. There's this dark stone, like maybe onyx, little statuette of a raven. There seems to be looks like a goblet that made of maybe glass or something like that. That on it has an interesting thing because it's sort of glowing with to Brazil. It sort of is glowing.
Okay, and this is a goblet sitting maybe like on that table in the center.
Yeah.
Okay. And no other obvious auras?
Nope.
And these things on the wall here, these are like settees or couches or divans or something, is that right?
I don't know what they are. They're a collection of crap. Yeah.
All right. So I'll say, friends, I think we see here. We should approach this goblet with caution. I see a faint aura about it. Do I recognize the school of magic?
Conjuration.
An aura of conjuration about it. And I'll get close to it, and without touching it, I'll investigate it.
Okay. Looks like a goblet.
Just looks like a goblet.
Yep.
Are there any cryptic symbols or anything on it?
Nope. Looks like a glass goblet.
Glass.
Yeah, it looks like it's been blown.
God. All right. I can cast Mage Hand without losing my concentration. Apparently, it's not a concentration spell, as far as I can tell. So I'll cast Mage Hand and lift it up, hold it up to, move it around in front of the torch to see if there's anything obvious about it other than it being a pretty glass goblet.
So you sort of bring it near the torch, and it looks like a pretty glass goblet. Your mage hand kind of swirls it, and as you're swirling it, suddenly wine starts swirling around in the glass, and you now have a glass of wine.
Is it red or white?
Red.
And the wine doesn't itself also seem magical, or does it? All right, I'm going to sniff the wine.
Smells like a Merlot.
All right, it was a good year. I'm going to...
Yesterday.
I've got... hopefully I have enough hit points to do this. I'm going to sip the wine and see what it tastes like.
It's divine.
Oh, great. I without getting drunk, I think I'll drink the wine as we go.
Okay.
And then once the goblet is empty, I'll wrap it up in my bedroll and put it in my pack.
Wow. Couldn't even share with the rest of us. That's fine. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. You know what? Let's just get back
wait
to the
to
work.
see
No,
how many.
we're just going to get back to the case at hand, and we're just going to act like that didn't happen.
Wait to see how much fungus grows out of my corpse, and if it's not a lot, then it's probably safe to use.
All right. So this onyx raven statue that you said is in here. It's just a little statuette, right?
That's right.
Yeah. I'm going to go check that out. I'm just going to walk over, grab it,
Mm-hmm.
look it over. I mean,
Looks like a hand-carved raven.
Nothing interesting about this thing. Or
Somebody used some really delicate chisels or something to make it. It's quite pretty.
Okay. I think I'm going to hang on to this, and I'm going to let everybody know that I am hanging on to this.
Okay.
All right.
Because it probably won't be handy, but maybe it will.
Are you a fucking curio collector now?
Hey, you know what? My hobbies are my hobbies, and you just need to butt out.
Okay, but this is your first curio?
I mean,
it's a fine start, but usually when you start a curio collection, it's because you found one really, really cool curio, and you're like, damn, I want more of this.
What,
this is like an okay
cool?
curio.
Like,
this is like an average to low average
detail
curio.
On this. You can see the texture on the feathers, sir. Tell me this is not a fine work of craftsmanship.
All right, here's what I say you should do. Leave it on the mantle, and then we'll go through the whole house, and then if there's no better curios, grab this one. Because this is not a good first curio. This is like a great second curio.
But while we're all looking at it, I count the number of eyes on the raven.
It has the correct number of eyes.
Which is
17. No.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if I needed to
They
roll
even
an
got
nature
the
check,
eyes right.
or-
Okay, if it was a 16-eyed raven, then maybe if they got it wrong, that's like a statement. It's a regular ass raven with 17 eyes.
It's a drider.
I don't know.
Raven.
That's just my 2 cents about curios.
All right, so how about we check out the next room, guys?
Fine.
So as you step out of this room, and you come into the hallway there, Rudolph is standing in the hallway, and next to him is a very slight spirit of this young man that Bryzel's caught a glimpse of. And Rudolph says, "Guys, come with me. I figured out something about the seances. We can have a proper one now."
I'm gonna stuff that raven statue in my pocket and just go.